Hello guys, in today's video, we're gonna check out the best Sony A7 lenses in this year. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I've tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability, and many more. To find out more information about these Sony A7 lenses, you can check out the description below. If you want to get a best quality Sony A7 lenses according to your needs, then watch the video till the end, and then decide to buy. At the first position of our list, we have Sony 1635mm f/2.8. If low-light situations where you can't use a flash or your regular gigs, this bright wide-angle zoom will meet your needs. It is considered a fast lens, meaning it also allows you to shoot action at fast shutter speeds because the aperture is wide enough to let in maximum light at any zoom setting. It is weather-sealed, so you can take it outdoors without fear of damage in marginal conditions. The autofocus system is fast, making image capture much easier to achieve on the fly. It is also quiet, meaning you can shoot in those situations where you don't want to draw attention to yourself, like a fashion or animal show or a photojournalistic setting. The high-quality optics means your photos will be sharp and rich under a broad range of conditions. Zeiss makes Sony's f/4 version of this lens, which had been a cornerstone of Sony's offering until this lens came on the market. If you don't need a lens that is as fast at the wide end, the less expensive f/4 might be an adequate choice for you. Users like the f/2.8 for its broader flexibility, which seals the purchase decision for many. Other things to consider here are the weight, which is again as much as the weight of your mirrorless camera body, and the lack of image stabilization. However, the direct drive autofocus motors work well for video. For still image resolution and speed in wide-angle settings, this lens is unsurpassed. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Sony 7200 f/4 G OSS. When your shooting distances need to vary from normal or standard range to distance, the zoom keeps you covered. Its image stabilization system gives it flexibility in slow shutter speed shooting settings. Plus, a tripod collar mount carries its weight for extreme tele situations. Weather sealing means it won't need significant protection for the great outdoors, while the minimum focusing distance of 3 feet makes it good for interior work too. With its f/4 aperture, this is not considered a fast lens at the wide end, but it is suitable for tele. Keep in mind that this fixed aperture won't allow in as much light, though for most interior and exterior work in its category, that should not be a problem. Its stepper motor AF is quiet and quick, great for inconspicuous photography. This lens is being touted as the replacement for the f/2.8 with the same focal range that is now primarily available as used equipment. It isn't quite as fast as its predecessor, though its primary use appears to be more distance work than studio. Some reviewers consider it heavy in both weight and price tag, though it is consistent with others in its class. Users like this lens because it covers a lot of focal territory, making it a good choice for its versatility. It keeps the subject in sharp focus while creating nice blurring in the background. Even in video mode, this lens may prove to be your favorite even when you own others covering some of the same focal length. The number 3 position is held by Sony FE 400 f/4.5 5.6 GM OSS. If you're shooting lots of wildlife or kids acting like wildlife, you'll want this lens to capture sharp photos in good lighting with consistent quality image results. The tele end lets you fill the frame with small subjects and brings in the details even at a significant distance. Image stabilization and tripod collar help you avoid blurring from shake, and weather sealing invites outdoor use with ease. If you're heading on safari or to the zoo, this lens will capture images that tell a creature's story in intimate detail. The same applies for sports events, with gentle bulk surrounding your subject. If the human or animal are on the move, you'll be able to track their progress and click away while the accurate autofocusing system does the hard stuff. Since this lens has a variable aperture, you'll need to become comfortable with the trade-off in settings and effects between your focal length and the amount of light you require at that length aperture setting. It is not particularly fast at either the wide or the tele end. If you're shooting with manual focus, you'll need to learn how to compensate for the changes in light exposure with the changes in zoom distance. As long as you have time to frame and set the shot in good light conditions, this won't be an issue for you. Reviewers comment that an advantage of these focal lengths is the ability to frame a shot to avoid cropping and the need for extreme post-production corrections. Some vignetting and flaring have been reported, but once you understand its causes, you might be employing it for special effects to add more drama to your distance images. Next at number 4, we have Sony FE PZ 28-135mm/4 G OSS. This lens was designed with videography in mind. From its broad focal range to its fast and bright capture at the tele end, it encourages you to try your hand at that action story or mini documentary. It is weather sealed, and coupled with the tripod collar and IS, you can stay outside as long as you like to get those perfect shots. Since it has a fixed aperture, you won't need to worry about adjusting for the light since the AF system will take care of that for you. AF overall is fast, making it great for tracking your subjects as they move or coming in close. Less than 1.5 feet. Users comment the zoom is smooth and speed is well controlled, meaning your videos will be clear and sharp across its distances. Reviewers do note that the AF system can lag behind in very fast zoom situations. It is a heavy lens and a little larger than you'd expect, making it less travel-friendly than others in the standard or normal range. The design of controls and ease of access to them on the barrel of the lens compensate for these two shortcomings. This is professional-grade glass with a price to match those fine optics and manufacturing. It is interchangeable with both your A7 series camera and Sony video cameras as well, leading to more expandable uses if you carry both kinds of equipment. It offers a range of options, from sharp foreground and background to attractive bokeh, to give you versatile shooting choices in most common video ranges. The number 5 position is held by Sony FE 24-240mm f/3.5 6.3 OSS. If you only have room for one lens and you want a workhorse across focal ranges and variable apertures, this is the one to carry. From ultra-wide to medium tele, you have a range of shooting options at an affordable price. Even better, the lens offers a zoom factor of tanks, a rarity that encourages you to make this your go-to option. Users note image quality is terrific, with fine details appearing in shadows. Without creating noise or blurring, bright color capture is also a big plus. They like its focus tracking and ease of use of its settings. This lens is not particularly fast at the wide end and is rated as slow at the tele extreme. While reviewers find this to be an unfortunate feature, the opportunity to carry one lens that meets more needs seems to make up for that. Others report the autofocus is not as fast as they expected, but they've adjusted their shooting style to accommodate that. You'll want to educate yourself about how lighting and focusing play off each other as you move through the focal range. This lens may be heavier than you expect, but again, you only have to carry one. If you have the option to select a first zoom lens with your initial A7 series kit, this presents you with opportunities to shoot under more types of conditions than any other. The number 6 position is dominated by Sony 24mm f/1.4 GM. This prime lens borders on ultra-wide angle, with high-quality optics and overall great construction to recommend it. It's known for its premium image quality and beautiful bokeh, with a price tag to match all that amazingness. Fast autofocusing and light in weight, reviewers say this lens is worth the cost for those serious about wide-angle work. This was the first time Sony used the DDSM-AF system in a wide-angle prime lens. The linear-type ultrasonic autofocusing system guarantees a fast process, quiet operation, and overall accuracy. Users note the performance and precision of this system maximizes the AF settings on the A7 series cameras when other lenses fall short in resolution, bokeh, and vignetting. If the price point for this lens is out of your reach, Sigma makes a comparable option. It's hard to beat Sony's professional quality glass, though. The lack of unpleasant distortion alone is worth the admission tab. If you're planning on shooting interiors a lot, such as real estate and architectural renderings, this wide angle will be an asset in your work. Similarly, it can provide interesting effects for portrait work, large groups, and events such as concerts or weddings in intimate settings. It sits at the sweet spot between ultra-wide and wide, and with that range capability, you can achieve fantastic images. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Sony FE f/1.8. Everyone should have a lens that can go from close-ups to distance work while staying unobtrusive and fast, and this nifty 50 fits the description. The AF system is both fast and silent, making this a good choice for times when you want to avoid notice by your subjects. Think documentaries and weddings, and you have 2 primary reasons this lens should be a choice for your gear bag. Even the flaws of this lens can be used as positives, such as vignetting, which draws attention to the subject in sharp focus. This lens is fast, even under aperture adjustments. Its minimum focusing distance under a foot and a half means you can come in close in your framing. Some users comment that this lens needs a neutral density filter under bright sunlight conditions to avoid glaring and halos. Others say the construction seems to be of a lower quality, less sturdy than other Sony brand lenses. However, it does what it should do: take good pictures without a lot of weight or cost. If you're at the stage where you're growing your skills at an exponential rate, this lens is a good place to begin. Sony makes a Zeiss lens at the 55mm focal length that can be your step up later on when you develop your skills. But until then, this is an affordable and reasonable quality option. Photojournalists seem to agree, since many own this lens for their Sony A7 series mirrorless cameras and use it in the field on a regular basis. The number 8 position is held by Sony A7 f/1.4 GM. This lens excels in sharp, high-resolution portraits where attractive, smooth boat transitions are expected. It also handles videos from headshots in close to groups at events and everything in between. Since this range is usually the type of shots people like to buy, it pays for you to own a high-quality lens that can meet and exceed their expectations. Full-time manual focusing supplements the flexibility autofocusing supplies, which is most useful when you're concentrating on the small details of facial expression or larger venue storytelling. This lens is very fast, which means you have more low-light options than others might offer. It is also weather-sealed, so working outdoors with a weather-sealed camera body will not be an issue. Reviewers find it difficult to say anything bad about this lens, other than the price. While the AF system is not Sony's latest and greatest design, it has proven to be reliable. Minimum focusing distance of just over 2 feet means you can get up close and personal with your subject and keep the framing detailed and exacting. Buy this lens if you earn your keep shooting people in a variety of stage and dynamic settings. Don't forget the pets and other creature shots you can get at this range too. This 85mm will prove to make your job easier and help you grab more exceptional shots to build your portfolio. Next at number 9, we have Zeiss Batis 135mm f/2.8. Unlike some other third-party lenses with adapter mounts, the Zeiss Batis line is made specifically for Sony A7 series E mounts. Its manual focusing is deemed to be exceptionally responsive by reviewers. The lightweight and minimal design with few features make it easy to use. Zeiss carries on with its reputation of high-quality optics and solid build with this and the other 3 primes it offers for E-mounts. Images are sharp and clear with little effort on the photo's part. The medium fixed f/2.8 gives you options in a variety of light settings without the cost or weight of a wider aperture. The fact that this lens has few features and adjustments is also something users might hate, though it's hard to find a negative review. For example, it has image stabilization, but this cannot be turned off to avoid delays in focusing when panning. Some report changing the programmable settings in their Sony camera body to design their own standard shooting modes. While this isn't the lens you'll want for indoor portraits, it does a fine job isolating subjects' expressions at a distance. Shooting action with crisp focus and pleasant bokeh makes this the glass you'll reach for during those outdoors events. Work with it under manual focusing and you'll be able to achieve a range of special effects without waiting for post-production adjustments. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Sigma 7mm f/2.8 DG macro art. Macro lenses allow you to make small things appear larger than they would in real life at very close distances. Sigma adds its art quality glass, considered a premium level, to sweeten this deal. Images from this lens will stand out in crisp detailing and balanced lighting without making the photo break a sweat. Weather sealing makes this a good choice for outdoor uses. It's bright in low-light situations while capturing your subject with just the right amount of background blurring. Vignetting stays to a minimum, offering pleasing effects you'll enjoy keeping in your images. Reviewers universally love this light, compact lens. The only feature it lacks is IS, though because of its focal length and fixed aperture, you probably won't need it. AF might not be as fast as some like and noisier than other systems, but for most of us, it's enough to bring us the normal range image we want. Sigma's reputation in developing a high-quality third-party brand has been well-earned. This lens will be wonderful for food photos and for other close-ups where fine detailing is critical. Make sure you're ordering the mount for your Sony, since Sigma ships the lens equipped with the appropriate adapter based on your order. That's all for today. We upload camera accessories review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.